Yo, what's poppin'? I want to go over a few things from a technical perspective of what I think could be going on in the markets right now. But also, I want to start off with the psychology that I'm looking at the markets with. Because I think it's important, right? And again, like I've been looking at charts for a long time. Like the amount of screen time I've put in after hours of just staring at charts and trying to understand, reading books, listening to podcasts. Like I feel like I've done my fair part, and I'd like to share like some things that could potentially help you from like a psychological perspective. So, when I'm looking at the markets, right, and I want to invest, I'm looking at like especially right now, for example, my strategy stopped working, right? So, and it stopped working right around, I'd say, like I noticed it, like it was probably like late January when I was like, okay, whoa, this isn't working. I need to switch it up for sure. So, I can start by pretty much saying my strategy worked during this, which is like, well, dude, no shit. 2020, the market crash provided amazing opportunity. So, of course, my strategy worked then. But here's the thing, like, why would I continue to try to use my strategy if it's not working in this environment? Like you can't. You're gonna you're gonna lose a lot of money. So one, I completely switched up my style. Like I was swing trading and like positional trading on a more frequent basis. Now, dude, let the markets do its thing. I'm waiting now to see when the time is right. And you might be thinking, well, dude, how the hell are you going to know when the time is right? Well, when you've put in hours of like staring at charts, dude, you're going to know. Because I'll tell you this for sure. March 17th, 2020, I knew. I was like, oh my God, this is it. And that's when I put I literally, all my savings into the market. So I'm waiting for that to happen again. There's going to be a time in the markets where it's going to grab you and it's going to be like, oh my God, this is the time right now. There was a period of time right here where I had that feeling where I was like, oh, we're definitely going to get some sort of reaction. And we bounced. But look what happens. We continue into this A, B, C correction. Where are we going to go down now? That's what matters. Where are we going to go down? Well, there's a few things we could look at. We could look at one, previous support. Well, we're at a support level right now. So right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, like a bunch of confluence around this area since like this is late 2020, right? Could we take a little bit more time, base in this area? Yeah, for sure we could. This base right here took quite a few weeks. Same thing could happen here where it's just going to take a few more weeks to base in this range. So I wouldn't necessarily say this zone's done with until it's completely done with and you know like, oh shit, like for example, if we close this week lower, it's clear that that zone was not demand and we need to potentially go lower, which is fine. But as of right now, that's what I'm looking for. Keep in mind, this C correction could come right back into this zone, which is major area where we spent all of September into November. So 2 months straight, Chop City from 12,100 to 10,800. Just keep that in mind. If that happens, prime opportunity is going to be down here. ABC correction on a massive chart. It'll be interesting to see. The last thing I want to say, right? So I was mentioning earlier, like my strategy wasn't working. So I haven't been doing that. So what have I been doing? Well, I switched it up. I'm now in a way different strategy where I'm holding long-term positions that I have strong conviction in. And it's simple as that. It's literally like one or two names. So it's pretty easy for me to just watch the markets now and wait for that opportunity to come to me. another thing that's pretty important to mention is there's not a chance that I'm oversized in those positions right now. Like, those positions could go down another 50%, and I'd be like, oh my God, this is perfect for the strategy I'm doing. I want to add to this for that long-term position, that long-term play. So I think it's important to just think about that, man. Like, what are you trying to do in this market environment? Like, what are you trying to achieve? And why is it potentially not working for you right now? Before you kind of like call it quits on the market. Because, again, some people might think this is crazy, but I still think that long term, the markets are providing a great opportunity for long term investors. So it will be for sure interesting to see like what happens in the next few weeks. But I hope this can kind of help you maybe manage your emotions better, and also like come up with a different strategy, right? Maybe look into some podcasts, listen to um like, like credible investors in the space. Twitter's huge. Go on Twitter. I recommend that. But I also recommend reading Trading in the Zone, the little book of trading by Mike Covell, I'm pretty sure his name is. What else could you read from a market perspective that would help? I don't know. Maybe watch a few more of my videos or something. I don't know. But for the most part, like, I wouldn't trip. There's going to be more opportunity coming, but position yourself so that you could be optimistic for what's about to happen. Peace.